Vika Vika!
Hey Mark, I have some question to ask you. Do you know what is this?
Yeah, this is thermal plant.
Yeah, I have some information about thermal plant that I want to share with you. Do you interested?
Yeah, sure.
Most of the power plant in the world use thermal energy to operate and convert heat energy into electrical power. There are many types of fuels used to produce heat energy such as coal, biomass, natural gas, geothermal, solar, and nuclear. Do you know which type of power plant is dominant in our country?
No, I don't know.
Fossil fuel thermal power plant is dominant in our country. In thermal plant, steam is used to spring turbine and electrical generator, so the water is used as working fluid. Power plant can be separated into three parts such as burning chamber and boiler, turbine and generator, and cooling tower with condenser. First part is burning chamber with boiler. The coal is added into the burning chamber. It reacts with oxygen in burning process to produce heat. The water is boiled and turned into high pressure and high temperature steam. Do you know what is the high temperature and high pressure steam transmit to?
Yeah, the high pressure and high temperature steam being transmitted to the steam turbine, and the steam will cause steam turbine to rotate. This rotation transfers to the generator to produce electricity. The steam loses its energy after rotation of steam turbine and result low pressure and low temperature steam. And then the steam is transmitted to the condenser. So, do you know why we need a condenser?
No, I don't know.
Condenser used to convert steam into liquid so that the liquid can be reused. Oh yeah, you know how cooling tower works?
I don't know how.
Cooling tower acts as a supplier of cool fluid. Cool fluid from cooling tower absorb heat from condenser and get heated. This heat is rejected through convection with the help of cooling tower so that the fluid remains in low temperature.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I heard you just now, you all discussed about the thermal plant, right?
Oh yeah.
So I would like to share about the advantages of thermal plant. So, one of the primary advantages of thermal plant is that the fuel cost of thermal power plant is extremely low. So, we can produce thermal energy almost everywhere in the world. Besides that, heat production system is simple compared to other systems, and the overall system cost effective. Initial construction cost is comparatively cheaper. Due to the nearest of urban area, other costs are minimum. Besides that, same heat could be reused an easy mechanism. This is because thermal power depends on coal, oil, natural gas, which are all steady in supply. Unlike hydro projects, where geographical location is very important, while thermal plants can be located in suitable areas where minimum environmental damage may occur. And thermal power plants only require comparatively small space to be installed.
Hi. I heard you were discussing about thermal plant, is it?
Yeah, just now we discussed about the advantages of thermal plant.
Oh, I also have some examples for you all that the thermal plant is suitable in Malaysia. So basically, Malaysia have a lot of coal mine. As we know, the thermal plant
is the main fuel of the thermal plants is used coal. Is used coal. So the major coal mine is located at Sarawak and Sabah, and the miner is located at Perak, Perlis and Selangor. And so by this we can get coal more easier. So the raw coal is transported maybe by a truck to the thermal plant for further process. So next, we also know thermal plant need water to cool the steam into water. So by this, thermal plants must be built beside sea, the place that got water supply. So in Malaysia, some states is just beside the seaside. So such as Port Dickson, this is a very good place to build the thermal plant. So this is what I know.
Hey, wait.
Hey.
Just now I heard you all discussing about the topic about the thermal plant, right?
Yeah.
So I know some disadvantages also.
Can you share with us?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, you should know what produces the heat energy in this thermal plant. They uses the diesel or the fuel to produce the heat energy in this thermal plant. So if they use the natural resources to produce the heat energy, it will generate a lot of carbon dioxide and will release into the atmosphere. This will cause us the effect because the carbon dioxide gas will trap heat inside the atmosphere. So as a result, this will increase the overall temperature in our Earth. So what will happen next? The thing that will happen is it will cause us the North Pole, the ice mountain at the North Pole to melt. Then the penguin, the polar bear will lose their habitats. Eventually, they might lead to the extinction. So it also has the disadvantages of high maintenance costs. Why? Because the thermal power plant has a complicated and intricate design. For example, the boiler, the turbine is very large. So over time, the turbine will burn out and we should repair them. It also have some probability that they will fail because it is constantly subjected to the high temperature operation. Therefore, it will cost us a lot of money to repair these devices. Do you all know that the thermal power plant has a low efficiency in its working process?
Why?
Because in order to turn the turbine to generate the electricity, we need to have a steam or the heat energy to do it. In this process, some of the heat will be rejected into the surrounding. This causes the heat loss. So after that, if the turbine is turning, it will have some frictional loss, and this causes some rotational loss in its working. Therefore, the overall efficiency of the turbine is about 30 to 35%. Okay, no problem.
As you know, there are lots of prevention to prevent the pollution. Okay, one of the way to prevent the pollution due to the thermal power plants is using electrostatic precipitator, the abbreviation called ESP. Okay, what is the function of this device? This device will arrest all the ashes after the combustion of the coal. After it arrests the ash will transfer to the ash pump typically in styrofoams. Okay? After the ash is dry, the ash can be used for land reclamation, the structural land filling, the road making, the brick and cement manufacturing. there's another pollution, what we call the thermal pollution. The thermal pollution is due to the high temperature of the water is suddenly disposed into the river or lake. So one of the way to prevent the thermal pollution is using the closed system condenser cooling water system. So the cooling water will circulate around the condenser, so there is no need to pump the water to the thermal power plant. So it can prevent the thermal pollution. As you know, there are also the noise pollution produced by the thermal power plant. This noise pollution will affect the resident around this area. So there is one rule that all equipment in the power plants must be below 85 to 90 decibel. So according to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration standard. So in addition, the turbine is also housed in the coast building, so it will reduce the noise level produced by the turbine generator.
Oh, I have a class now.
Okay.
I have to go.
Okay.
Thank you for your sharing.
Okay,
Bye-bye. See you, Ben.
Okay, see you.
Okay,
Bye bye.